Hello and welcome to another edition of the Defender Roundtable, where the Defender staff get together and talk about all kinds of issues. And every now and then we bring on a guest to add to the flavor, like we're doing today. Um, and today's topic is dealing with what's going on with the state of Texas and the issue of marijuana. We got all kinds of states across the country that have legalized it. I think it's like 24 states, District of Columbia, and several other territories have made it legal. But Texas is holding on to this very antiquated view, even though there are dispensaries all over the state. And so to talk about this, we've got the incredible Defender team, Laura Onyenaho, Lord have mercy. We got the mighty man Terrence Harris from the city of Cleveland, and we have
Cito,
man, stop, please stop. And we
Cito.
have a very special guest, Ricky Rivera. He is the owner of Happy Chameleon Dispensary in San Antonio, Texas. How you doing, Mr. Rivera?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Hey man, thank you for joining us. And I just want to kind of lay it out real quick, y'all, because in the last couple of days here in Texas, House Bill 46 by Republican Ken King, he's advancing to expand the state's medical marijuana program, which is kind of surprising to me coming from a Republican. But a new there's a ban that's trying to mark a turnaround in this market. Even using marijuana for medicinal purposes, for medical use, is really hard to come by in the state of Texas. And we want to talk about all these issues. And so we first want to throw it to Terrence Harris. What are your thoughts on where Texas stands with this whole issue of marijuana?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is like the Bible Belt. I mean, and just it's conservatism at its best. I mean, and so you knew it was going to always be an uphill battle here. I'm pleasantly surprised. I think that there's a victory in the advancement of the medicinal use. I mean, and the legislation that's gone down this week, even making it a little more accessible and opening it up to some other different types of ailments that in some states. I mean, this has been okay for a decade now, and so Texas is slow to come around, but this is a very conservative run state. This is and we don't have a lot of things that other states even around us have. I mean, like gambling and things like that, because this state does keep such a stronghold conservatively on things. And this is, marijuana use has been one of them. They've just been really slow to legalize it.
And what's crazy is even with this state being so supposedly conservative, 4 out of 5 Texas voters say they want to see
Yeah.
marijuana legalized. And so I want to puff pass it to Laura Onyenaho to get your comments on this whole issue.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right, Terrence. It's quite interesting. I just feel like Texas is out of step with the public opinion and the national trends. I believe in Texas there are more than 7,000 cannabis dispensaries. I think it's almost as twice as California. And then they have like the 24-hour cannabis delivery. They have like the mobile pot trucks. They have the cannabis vending machines. They have the mail order cannabis. Like they're out here. It's just that this the government just they don't want to keep up. I don't know what it is. The conservatism is nonsense. I think it's nonsense to me. Like, okay, we got guns out here. There are all kinds of things out here in this state, but gambling and weed, I don't understand it from my perspective. I just feel like they're just behind the ball, and they really need to do what they need to do to keep up with the trend that's happening. If we're trying to be the influential state, the powerful state, the big state, the lone state, they really need to keep up with trends.
Yeah. And you're talking about how, they're all over the state of Texas. Not only that, they're right here. We have Mr. Rivera, who's holding it down in San Antonio. And so I'm just curious, how's business number one, and then how do you even maintain in such a state where you got the people that want it and you got the elected officials that are pushing against it?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely it's a volatile business to be in right now, because the the general public wants it, but for whatever reason, the government is not giving the people what they want. Like you said, 4 out of 5 people want it, but for whatever reason, they don't want to represent the people. They're representing other interests for whatever reason. That's basically how I see it. And at the end of the day, they created this problem through all the legislations that they've done. They're not willing to abide by the law that they wrote, basically, and they're kind of reneging on what they did, and yeah, so.
I have to say that's a nice shirt you're sporting there.
Oh, yeah.
But with all the legislation, is that hurting your business? Are people still coming in or not coming in? What's going on?
Well, I definitely, a lot of my customers are worried about that. I have a lot of veterans that come in, that take it for pain, sleep, but definitely anxiety, PTSD, and stuff like that. You got a lot of elderly people, take it for arthritis. So, they're definitely worried that they're going to have to go to the streets and, basically get it from the cartels and, stuff like that. And so, they're definitely worried about, getting flour that's not clean, and basically that's where the government's kind of pushing them towards, especially if they decide to do what Dan Patrick's wanting to do.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Patrick is
go ahead.
Dan Patrick is really doubling down on this. I mean, unbelievably. I mean, and in places kind of where it's kind of a safe space. I mean, and so that's been surprising to me. I mean, that he's taking, but I mean, I guess it's not surprising. I mean, it's just disappointing is what I should say. That he's doubling down in this way.
And when you say doubling down, Terrence, can you tell the people what you're specifically talking about?
Well, what it is basically he's trying to stiffen the penalties, for THC and having and trying to ban it. I mean, from any existence, which would probably end up closing a lot of dispensaries and that sort of thing. So, and right now it just doesn't seem like it's an issue. It's a problem. But, these conservatives, I mean, for whatever reason, they want to make it an issue, and they want, everybody needs a battle to fight for some reason.
And not only that, a House committee approved a Senate passed bill earlier this month that would prohibit cities from putting any citizen initiative on local ballots that could decriminalize marijuana or any other controlled substance. So they're really trying to approach this from multiple angles to shut down what the people want themselves. And I want to go back to Mr. Rivera and then to Laura, because you just mentioned, sir, something I hadn't even thought about. All these roadblocks are pushing people to product that could be less safe than what's available in your store. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Everything we have is organically grown. I don't even sell like semi-synthetics or anything like that. And of course, like Dan Patrick, the law that he's going to write, he's saying that he wants to have safer flour, safer products. But in reality, the law that he's writing is going to create more synthetics, more things created in a lab. I don't understand why he doesn't want something naturally grown.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, the way it, unadulterated, not touched by humans. I mean, I think that would be the safer route than creating all these things that where the law, they're going to have to take out one ingredient and maybe add this, add that. Why not just keep it natural?
Yeah. What say you, Laura?
I just think that this is just a way for those in political office to have some type of control. I don't think they really care about public health, because what Mr. Rivera is mentioning is a public health issue. I mean, there's a lot of crime out here. We're always talking about drugs and making sure our streets are safe and things like that. But like, they're not taking into consideration how all of these branch into each other. And this is just about the state cracking down on local autonomy and progressive change, and having that conservative mindset and not being open-minded to what opportunities like Mr. Rivera is providing to the community. is ridiculous.
So as we, and thank you for that. And as we kind of bring this to a close, I'm just curious to hear from everybody. So what should we then do? Because the dispensaries, like you said, Laura, they're all over the place. So the people want it. They want it. The elected officials that work for us don't want it. So then what do we do? Terrence, you have any ideas?
It's easy. We vote them out. I mean, the people who don't, who don't listen to us, who don't do what we want them to do. I mean, because that's who they are. They're our mouthpieces. I mean, and so when they don't serve us, then we have to, make different decisions. I mean, because right now, the state of Texas is one of 19 that still gives jail time for small amounts of marijuana. I mean, they led the nation in 2023 in arrests. I mean, I think it was like 23,000. So they're doubling down. They're not giving an inch, and they're not listening to their constituents, and that's a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Rivera, any final words, sir?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what he just said. They're definitely not listening to the people, and it's obvious. I mean, it's totally obvious. You can't deny it. Like you said, 4 out of 5 people want it, and they're pushing hard against it. So I don't know what their motivation is. It's definitely not to represent the people and what they want, and it's not for the safety of the people because they're pushing it towards the cartels. So they're going to let the drug company, they're going to let the Pfizer and all the drug companies and the cartels decide, as opposed to the people that they represent.
That doesn't sound like a good mix.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I mean, go figure. Sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
government is a little bit of a difficult thing, and I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from.
Laura, what are your Gen Z folks saying?
I mean, Gen Z folks they're going to do what they want to do. All right. Gen Z are very bold. And if they want to get what they need, they're going to find a way to get what they need, regardless of what these officials are saying. And I just feel like if people are serious about this, they should continue to, like, you know what, vote them out. Contact your legislators, write them a letter, get them an email, get on their nerves, right? Attend those town hall meetings, connect with advocacy groups that fight for this, because there's power in numbers. If you have a large voice, they can't ignore you. So I feel like that's the right thing to do, instead of taking the illegal route and doing things that you're not supposed to do that are going to get you in trouble. So
Yeah, yeah. And I would just add connect the dots because, like Terrence was saying, um, whenever you're talking about incarceration numbers, you got to remember that Texas makes so much money off of the folk that they incarcerate. So that may be one of the reasons why they're pushing back. Terrence, you look like you wanted to say something else.
All I wanted to say to all of these legislators out there who aren't with it, can't understand it, puff puff pass.
We're going to end right there. And so, Mr. Rivera, thank you for giving us your time, man. Good luck. And yo, man, you send us some of them shirts, brother.
All right.
For those who are watching, y'all know we are here every week, same place, same time. Check us out. We're on YouTube. Check out our website, defendernetwork.com. We've got incredible articles written by the people that you see right here, and Rashonda, who's taking a week off this week. But we're here every week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Peace.
Thank you.